We back, we humble, we loyal, and all that stuff. It is time for Dust 2, the last map of the evening between Luminosity and Cloud9. So, what do we expect from this one? What do we expect, guys? What do we expect? What are our expectations?
So this is the way the series has been going. Cloud9 have been struggling to perform individually. Automatic's been pretty missing on the series. Only really Vice has turned up consistently. We saw more from Rush in the previous match. But generally, I don't know if you want to boil it down to jet lag. It is a real thing. I think it should be considered. But
unless you talk to Lurpis, he doesn't believe in that.
Well, yeah, but he's
a strong personality.
It's like whenever I have discussions with him about this, he usually swings my way because I have more arguments that are based in science than him. So that's fine. He's just going on anecdotal personal evidence, which can't obviously be true considering how the diversity of everyone's physiology across our species. Anyway,
thank you for
that aside,
going all the way into that level of detail.
Absolutely. So that aside, moving into Dust 2 is interesting because Cloud9 for me should be a better team in general if the individuals are working, but the problem is they're not, and for them the problem will be that their opponents, Luminosity, their individuals are actually firing off. I think Henry's going to have a pretty good game here. I think this is going to be Luminosity probably to win this. I think it's going to be really close.
It's very possible. Dust 2 is a little easier map, I guess, to fix some of the spacing issues. I keep talking about spacing with Luminosity, but it's so apparent, and a lot of the rounds that they lose is just, it looks like lazy CS, or they're not waiting that extra second, 2 seconds for their teammates. As long as they can do that, I mean, I picked them to win for a reason. They have a lot of skill, and when they're on fire, they can play really, really well. They just need to do it consistently.
Absolutely, I completely agree. And the thing is, as you say, I think that's a really good core point, actually. The nature of how wide the choke points are and how much open space there is does generally mitigate the poor spacing. Because on Inferno, when the spacing's like this, or like the choke points like this, you have to move in together with good spacing. Otherwise, it's 2 1v1s, but it's much easier in Dust 2, generally, except Catwalk.
Yeah.
Maybe. And also the exit of tunnels into B. But other than that,
it's pretty wide open.
It's pretty wide open.
Who picked Luminosity? How are you feeling right now?
Not too good after that last map, but then again, it's one of their worst maps.
Right?
So you should feel good then, because that's expected.
Well, I mean,
they have to win in 3.
It's third map though, so I don't know which Luminosity is showing up here, guys. Is it the good one?
I suppose they could have negative residue from Inferno.
They're a very emotional
feeling
team.
Of defeat.
Negative residue.
Yeah, residue. They just got like.
He's wanted to say residue. Yeah.
Residual negativity from the previous map.
You like words that are a little bit disgusting.
That's a fantastic use
in
of
connotation,
words.
right?
I suppose I do. It does make sense though. Residual negativity from the previous map, just kind of in the atmosphere, almost condensing. It's close to condensation, but not quite there. But you can feel it. You can't see it, but you can feel it.
You're saying words.
It's moist.
But I can't really connect them to anything meaningful. James.
I'm ahead of my time. Residual negativity, absolutely. If you're an emotional player, you just had a crappy loss, you're going to bring that with you. It's baggage, is another way you could put it. But the way I put it is residual negativity.
There you go.
Add it to the phrases, add it to the list of phrases.
I like residue. Okay.
You're a big fan of residue?
Well, you upgraded from residue.
Hotel stairs
which
and
residue.
residue.
Less sense.
Add it to the list of things that Dan thoroughly enjoys.
I don't like
staircase in a hotel
residue
as an option to a lift.
Residue as a concept's important because I like eliminating it, James.
Did you say residue as a concept is important?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's fantastic.
All right.
It's a great word.
Pistol round has commenced.
Ooh.
James, commence. Commentary.
P250 for Bolt won't last very long. Trying to run distraction. He will keep 3 players entertained for a time. Vice trying to pick his moment, and he gets almost nothing out of that. Won't see that very often considering the choke point and how many people were in it. He just can't find the face. Show me the face! Luminosity planting the bomb, default. There's a flash for automatic. There's a headshot for Cajun B, which will help in the retake attempt. Automatic with the flashbang is in fact coming in from T-spawn, so that flash will not be so useful just yet. Hen 1 has been spotted. And none for the rest of this round because it's Nekker's 1 versus 3. He is damaged and the numbers are coming in now. Going for the taps of the Glock, but he will be doing a 180 flip towards construction as Cloud9 take the pistol.
Vice was robbed. I feel like Vice was robbed, man. I can't believe he didn't get anything there. That's so unfortunate.
He got scared. You can't get scared in those moments. You gotta thrive.
Scared.
Not fall back, thrive.
You know, I think it was in Source where on that position you could do the crouch bug thing where you could just instantly kill people with basically being invisible. You're invisible.
I think they had it in CS:GO at the start too.
Yeah,
Sure.
you could go up and down really quick. You could like cancel. You could cancel the crouch.
You could pretty much peek over the box without showing your player model.
Yeah.
Which is broken. That's broken. Fix the game. And they did. So
Yeah.
congrats on Valve on that.
Okay, well, congratulations on Luminosity. You have attained. That's the word I wanted. Attained catwalk presence, and now you've attained a bullets in the chest of bolts. Ooh, almost a finishing HE there. Got to be careful. All 5 players together for Luminosity. They want to do this as a team, hand in hand. They will move together up towards the A-bomb site. But will they die together or they succeed together?
Right together. It was easy. It was on a plate, Dan, but you missed it. Bomb has been dropped. KGB with some bursting. Steel has been exploded. And only 1 player will be lost for Cloud9. So far, so good. A deployment of a rifle. Lovely stuff there. A little upgrade at the end of the round in the dying seconds.
I would like to see Luminosity, because there was 1 person on the team that still had 2 flashes and I think a Molotov or something like that. I would really love to see those extra flashes being thrown as they're taking the A-bomb site. They toss some nades, but it's almost like you got to keep chain flashing, otherwise the siege is going to keep peeking you on the rail. You know, no fear until you start headshotting them. So until you do that, you got to have those chain flashes ready. And I think it could have been a different round if they got those flashes off.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Nice cover from Golden. Automatic, I think, trying to spend time lining up the perfect HE, but the bullets will do the job instead.
Plenty of spray. Inviting a push maybe through the doors. It would be a bait, a trap. Recently, I've been baited by, let's say, on overpass as a T. There's a CT like near a smoke and overpass monster, spraying all their bullets. And I move in to punish them, and there's another guy there just waiting to take me up for free. The B8s. I respect it. I like it.
Smart play.
I want to be outsmarted. I want to learn. I want to absorb. I want to absorb the strat, then I want to absorb the person into my body like the end of Akira.
Spoiler. It's not really a spoiler, but because they don't know what we're talking about.
I want to absorb people.
Take their powers?
Absolutely. Well, just take it all.
Take all those STDs that they may have?
Okay, I'll cancel the absorption idea. We are no longer absorbing. We are in the hazmat suits. We are the opposite of absorbing. We are not absorbing, we are absorbing past them. We're in a protective bubble going down a hill. Lucas with 2 HP and a Deagle. I like this blue Deagle. Dan's got a Stat Track one. I picked one up myself recently.
Nice.
I don't have that one.
Azul.
Do I?
You do have that one.
The Cobalt Disruption.
It's blue.
Oh, he's got stickers on it. He's ruined it.
Azuro.
It's been ruined. No sticky residue on my guns.
Sticky residue.
Yeah, from stickers.
Okay.
True.
When you peel a sticker, yeah, I guess it is sticky.
So
Peel it off,
It's kind of gross. It looks hairy, but it's not. It's just kind of grey and, you know, just not nice. It's not nice,
Dirty.
is it?
I think that Cloud9 will win based off of a good CT start if they can continue it the next couple of rounds. And that
Expert analysis from Dan. I think the team that 3-0 will win.
I think partly also it's down to them getting some momentum here, and Automatic, he's had 2 maps to warm up to get into the zone. He's picked up 1, and it's not been a great trade, let's be honest, for Cloud9. They've lost 2 players, but...
That they've lost long, Dan. Do you want to change your prediction?
No.
Okay.
I want to maintain my prediction,
The
which was my original prediction.
The opportunity is there.
It's my original prediction.
Minute 15 and the split is on. We love to see this. We really do. A lot of players, a lot of teams will just kind of loiter around a long position with 4 people. But Luminosity will leave 1 player deep. And he'll go for the full split. There's a lack of control in general for Cloud9. Golden has not gone deep enough, and I do wonder if Steel heard the footsteps. Not so much they can do with it. Making his way down to spawn now. They are completely out of position. They have no info. They've been baited by the smoke. Bolt hasn't seen the other player, Automatic. I don't know how he missed him, but they still have the bomb site. The rotation from Automatic now towards that short position. Lucas is waiting. No, he's going towards long, and Steel is waiting. They have everything, Luminosity, and Vice has not much at all. A UMP, a potato gun versus the AKs of Luminosity.
Someone called a B split.
They got bamboozled.
Someone called a B split. I wonder if it was partly because Golden saw no one at long. Maybe that's the reason. But
Top of the mid smoke.
But they were like throwing nades through. Like they were convinced that that was the moment that the Seeds were coming through double doors and attacking the B bomb site.
I think being down in numbers really made C9 have to overreact.
Yeah,
you know, mid splits are really hard to hold from CT spawn. You got to get in position. You got to be ready to exchange the kill. And it was really smart by Steel not peeking pit at all, which really sold that fake to the extent.
Yeah, absolutely. I think the other interesting thing. Oh, that was stunning stuff from Nekis. The other interesting thing as well is that, as you say, like it is a 3 versus 4 situation. The rotations are very punishing on this map, and you have an open automatic. So I think there is a world where you can just say, you know what, let's just see, you know, let's just hold our positions and just try not to overreact.
It is a lot harder on a map like Dust 2 because A is so easy to be pinched on. It's almost better just to leave the site and maybe retake it through middle if you don't have long control.
Fire around double stack. Vice standing his ground, moving through the flames.
No.
Team building exercise gone wrong. He's got a trip to the hospital now. 3 versus 3. There are 2 HEs, which may be useful for big box. Oh, there's one towards default, doing some damage. And there's a smoke towards the door. Cajun B looking for a flank. Bolts is in a very interesting position, and he will not get much out of it. Will they continue? Golden has a defuse kit. There is a flashbang and a decoy, which could be used as a fake flash to burst through the doors. They approach. The smoke will soon be gone. Here comes the flashbang. Will Automatic throw the decoy? Could be useful. Oh, and he's missed a crucial shot. Golden's taken out, and that's the defuse kit on the floor. Automatic just waiting for the peak. No. Oh my god. Henny gets disgusting late at night. 6 seconds on the clock. That's nasty.
He didn't even have to peek, but he did.
Yeah, it's because he wants it.
He's crazy.
That's the thing.
Henny's
one of the fastest AWPers in professional Counter-Strike. You can see it right here. Proof of that statement.
Oh, you nasty.
Caught blinking.
I actually thought that it was going to be a Cloud9 round after he missed the first shot, but yeah, I actually also respected Vice's play, how he moved around the site. I think I thought that molly went forward and to the left of where he was, and I think he must have thought the same thing. So that's unfortunate for Vice, but Cloud9 have been reset fully. They've got nothing to work with. And, oh, Cajun B getting a dink there. Sneaky stuff. Seeing the barrel, I suppose. Steel will work onto the A site with his teammates. Doesn't look too challenging here for Luminosity to finish this one off. Playing it against eco rounds on Dust 2, it's one of the easiest maps. If not maybe, actually perhaps the easiest map in the game for playing an anti-eco against the CT side.
Except if you smoke CT spawn when you cross, then it becomes a lot harder because the pistols can sneak up, they can hide behind the smoke, they can boost over, whatever.
What you can do instead, smoke CT spawn deep, and then molly and HE that area, or flash it as you go across.
Spawn deep would be a good one. Keep the distance with the rifles.
Get the mollies in there. Alright. Buy back again for Cloud9, but no AWP in sight for them, as they are going to have to find a way to mitigate this disadvantage. And between Rush and Cajun B, they'll be looking to see what they can do in mids. And at the same time, we get a push in upper tunnels. So if Luminosity play a slow pace in this round, Cloud9 will catch up with them and have an advantage in the flank and also a setup on catwalk.
Ooh. Bolt's taken down in suicide. And there is a rotation, a significant rotation from Cloud9. Double peak, almost a triple peak. Looking for Boost you don't see so commonly at this situation. What just happened
I
there?
don't know.
As he went through the smoke and back out again with no exchange from either side. Looking for all the different boosts now, but maybe thinking it's not so safe to go back to the one stop a bomb planter. Beautiful stuff. Falling away as these smokes disappear, and Henny and Steel are in a weird situation. Steel alone on the site, Henny trying to move up to help. There's time. They can focus on eliminations rather than the bomb plant for the time being. Rush is hiding in the corner facing the wall, told off by the teachers. Henny has a HE grenade, but can't really afford to take that out. Another glorious flick from Henny. Throws the HE, looks towards CT spawn. The flank is in, and Henny's all over the place. 3 kills for him so far, and maybe, just maybe, the bomb can be planted. Surely Cajun B's been heard now. Indeed, the bomb has been planted. Cajun B on the ramp. This is a difficult situation. Jumping, looking for the short plant position. That would have been a nice one. He would have been close enough. Off angle from Steel. KGB trying to bait the shot now. Can he make it to the site? Throwing all the things, but Henny will not be deterred. 4 kills for him. A beautiful round from Henrique Tellez.
So he's basically, if they win this game, it's going to be because of Henny. The way he's playing right now, Henny just won 2 rounds that if any of his other teammates were in that position, they like lost alive, the round would not be won. I don't even know what that shot was. Can we see that one again?
One more time.
I want to see that one again.
Nope.
Maybe later. Because I thought we could only see him with the X-ray on our screens.
It's all his feety feets.
God damn. So Henny's activated on Dust 2 at the beginning of Dust 2.
That's a good start.
That is a huge problem for Cloud9. A huge problemo. I think that's kind of was our sort of X factor sort of situation. If Henny is going off here, there's nothing to respond. As Automatic should be the guy to respond. It's not been in there, but Rush will go deep for a pick. Golden, almost. No. No chance. And so once again, the CT eco has been diffused by Luminosity as they slowly but surely make their way to a bomb site, using all the time as they may. A comfortable and easy pace for them as Cloud9 players stroll one by one into their assured demise.
Slow and steady wins the race. The Automatic just wants a gun. That's all he wants. He wants a gun that you guys dropped. That's it. But Luminosity probably threw it over the wall because they do have the op from Henny, who died earlier in the round. Look at Automatic. He's trying to see it's up here. Let's see. They didn't throw it away. Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Surely someone's protecting the weapon.
But
No, it's right there.
Maybe it's booby traps.
I wasn't finished. I had said, but no. No one is there. Let's not jump the gun. Let's give a man space to talk.
I'm just a little angry
You're
at that.
You're a bit excited.
I'm just a little. No, I'm angry because they had a chance to take that gun and throw it in a spot where Automatic could not get. But no, they threw it on the ground and just left it there. That's poor, sloppy play.
On a plate like cake in a cake shop.
Joe, that's like, it reminds me of when you register for a VPN service and then forget to cancel it after the month of usage, and then you spend maybe $60 you shouldn't have.
Well,
You just leave it rolling
you could
there.
be like James and have an HBO Go account you didn't know for maybe multiple years.
Oh, really? Multiple years. I feel less bad about myself in many ways now.
And that's why we watch Game of Thrones.
Really? In many ways. I don't dare ask for a list of those ways. I don't dare.
Not yet. Need a couple drinks in you.
Henny looking for the jump up. For those who are not familiar, if you want to make your way onto the platform as a CT, you are forced to expose yourself to a player who would be holding an angle. So if you have a good spawn, it can be fruitful.
Whoa.
That's a big frag from Nekis. Not so easy versus Yorks these days. The HE's gone the wrong way and Golden will lose 2 HP because of it. Running away from the B area. Are they saving?
So there's a little difference. It's probably a save. I want to talk about that round, especially in Vice's spot. We'll see after Bolts cleans up. He does spot the person at a car. Automatic will take out Bolts and Cloud9 will fall back and hopefully save their guns. But on that round specifically, Vice, I see a lot of more of European players. Vice was on the floor holding his AUG. I see a lot of people hopped up on the box.
Yeah, that's better, I think.
And kind of at a side angle with that tall box. And so it's just more of an awkward angle instead of just peeking at head level.
The other thing too is that you know, Vice has played that position almost every time.
Yeah.
And they've seen that the last couple of times they went into B, so it's the one spot you're going to pre-aim for sure. And as you say, the other position is so good because you have multiple ways to play afterwards that are pretty easily accessible. And the T's get slowed down a little bit because they stop to wait for the repeak when you're repositioning, which gives you a slight window to throw in a flashbang and then reposition again.
Hey, if you want a player to watch who actually does this a lot, is Refresh from Optic. He's always on the box, always at the angle. So see how he kind of maneuvers and reacts to certain T plays.
Watch Rops as well.
Ran like Rops.
Rops also is a master of doing that kind of maneuvering. Rops would be my default answer for most things, even on sites that he doesn't play, probably.
He's great at A, I heard.
Tight angle being held by Automatic. Has Golden for support. The flashbang will get both of them. But Golden won't go too far away. Automatic with some evasive action. A minute 10 on the clock, and I don't know what that smoke was supposed to be. Golden spotting somebody through the middle doors, outstaying his welcome while spraying too many targets on the other side. Unbeknownst to him, he'll be punished for his insolence, for his brazen plays, for his lack of respect.
That's a rough spot because he had the ability to get away there. And as a CT, you don't want to die. You don't obviously that sounds like a benign statement, but
well, not really, because terrorists sometimes want to die.
You don't want to give the first frag away because you're playing defensively. You get punished massively for rotations. Now there's this huge gaping hole in middle. There could have been a world where he was holding a CT and his presence would be there, and that would be something for his teammates in B to play off of. So it's taking that fight. It's not a very high value, but it doesn't matter, I guess. If Vice and Automatic can do so much damage.
Ooh.
Wow, they both come out the bomb site to meet that push head on. Great work. Ultimately, Golden's sacrifice did not matter.
Yeah, it's really hard to do B splits and 2-on-2 setups. Even though Luminosity did get that first pick, it's just not expecting that two people are around that side really just caught them off guard. As you saw Vice just get two pretty much easy kills.
And what was interesting there is that I like that Luminosity took 4 players out the doors, because if you take out that mid player, you expect the CTs to try to double down on the bomb site hold, and that mid should be much more free to close on the bomb site with. So I respect the choice, but individual skill reigns supreme in that round for Cloud9, as there is an exchange 1-for-1 at long, which has resulted in Cloud9 maintaining control of it, which is a big win for Cloud9 despite losing a man. So we'll see whether Luminosity will have a fast response here. They're looking like they want to go straight into B. Do we have any mix-up of spots here? Well, Golden is on the site instead of Vice, as Vice is dead. So he will definitely be playing the angles differently, and they haven't seen that peak before, and it's going to work out brilliantly well for Golden. 2 headshots.
Is the bomb ahead of the smoke, I wonder? I think it's in the smoke, actually. And it is just about not rescued. Maybe he saw it, collected, and he's trying to escape, and now Steel is getting tagged. Multiple targets, a reverse of rolls as the spray through the door will give Cloud9 a 5th round. But the score is tight, so while we may favor Cloud9, it's by no means guaranteed. Luminosity have another buy in the bag. They haven't... Okay, here we go. They start to buy now. We've got the AWP being dropped. Rotated towards Henny's position. Not the best spawns in the world. Automatic and Golden with Sniperoos now. Cage and B, top fragging.
That was close.
Flashes towards long. And counter flashes from the CTs. Often need some mollies if you want to hold the area with an exchange of grenades. Obviously, Astralis would be the example for that, but they'll have to give it up, Cloud9, after using a lot of utility, but they still have a fair amount in the hole.
Smart move by Cloud9 to reboost in the site kind of give up long and then eventually start taking over catwalk. You lose one part of the map. Oh my goodness. You lose one part of the map, you try to gain control of like catwalk. A splits are very hard to defend, so you kind of want to lock down either a catwalk or long in the process.
Well, Vice is lonely on the the B bomb sites.
Uh-oh.
So this could be a huge problem. He has mixed up his position, so that's important. But this spot is
He hesitated.
this spot is often only super good if there's someone on the site or doors to distract for you, or if there's flashes that can come in. There's no flashes that can come in. Will anyone check this? Oh, I was thinking maybe he has to wait there, play the long game, but we'll see if Automatic can do the damage to remedy this. They are still upper man, and Rush comes in through the flank pretty quick. Big spray from Rush, not connecting all the way.
Just flashes, no mollies for the retake. A smoke. That actually helps to creep in from the C2s, I would say. For Cajun B, finding the right target through the smoke, and now you'll be more of a distraction. Lucas has all of 4 HP. Cajun B's found himself a HE grenade, but won't need it anymore. Just need to trade the frag up high with the pre-fire from Neckers, and that is a tied score, 6-6 in favor of Cloud9. The loss bonus is not spectacular for Luminosity. They may be in an eco situation.
I feel like Cloud9 have done well in the last couple of rounds to kind of like put a big reset button on the way the momentum had been going for Luminosity, and sort of, I don't know whether it's Luminosity slowing themselves down a little bit, but it feels like the pacing for Luminosity isn't quite as strong. And Cloud9 are getting more trades early in the round, so now they got the double ops out. They seem like they're in a much more comfortable space. Oh, are we going to get a super fast B rush? What's up here? Oh, down lower they go. Automatic. Does he can he see? I don't think he can see there. Whose smoke was that?
That was from T-spawn. I think it's supposed to be a catwalk smoke, but he missed it.
That is
Really
hilarious
missed it.
because they
That was way off. He didn't aim to the right more enough, I don't think.
maybe it's supposed to be for the doors.
No, I mean, maybe, but
If it was
I
a
don't know.
catwalk smoke, Automatic's getting probably 2 kills guaranteed.
yeah.
Well, now it's Golden's turn to wield the AWP, the big golden gun on this occasion. Not quite James Bond, but it'll do. There's Automatic swinging out with the blue Deagle. Great timing to take out Steel, shoot him in the back. Get him alien style.
How did that miss? Oh well. So they have to defeat Cajun B. He's the boss of the A-bomb site. He's got fiery vengeance wrath. Ooh, okay. Well, is a bomb plant available now? Can they actually get a bomb down? There is a player right below them, so maybe not. I'm not sure. Okay, there's no way to stop the bomb plant. Oh, Lucas with a deagle. We know that he's capable. Is he going for anything else here? He is going to be sandwiched. And that will be another round for Cloud9. They'll keep the double orbs alive, and their money is no problem at all. Everyone has money.
Everyone's rich.
There's a lot of money in circulation. There's
Bitcoin's going up.
universal basic income activated.
Minimum wage.
Everyone getting paid.
$15. Everything looking up. Cloud9 looking pretty good on their CT side. Does too. Can sometimes be a heavily T-side map. But it's always good to have at least 7 rounds on the CT side already. Neck is going to run out. Oh my goodness, his aim is out of control.
Ooh, speaking of which, Automatic could do it as well, and that's the bomb. And 3 players executed one by one. The guillotine goes up, the guillotine goes down. Henny moving to top mid now with a shot of his own, but surely he won't expect this angle. So many AWP frags. I think it might have been
Yeah.
exclusively, actually. I think every frag was from an AWP.
I think so. That's awesome. I love the repeats there from Automatic, just feeling it. Yeah. I love how the last one was a headshot. Sits down.
And right there, 3 people spacing, terrible. Now, if that was a team like Furia, they'd be hopping around the corner at the same time, just bobbing with flashes and everything. It's a way different kind of play style. And if they tighten that up, Automatic maybe got 1 or 2 at most.
Yeah, I feel like Furia is going to be low-key the best Brazilian teams very soon. If not already, in certain maps.
I think with a little more experience, they can get there.
Yeah, they need a stage experience. That's what they need.
Going to get some when they go to London. Tickets available now.
I think K Serato's got a much faster sense than me as well, which is interesting.
He's a beast.
Get out the way.
He is very quick.
Well, they're changing their setup. And AWPs will be posted, avoiding the flashbang, but not hitting the mark. Fadeaway, Molotov, Incendiary, rather. Flashbangs as well, and there's the first one for Cajun B. Glorious HE grenade, but does practically nothing. Such is life. There is a lurk towards the long, which Rush is looking for. Sees a smoke, he can hide behind it, going towards the platform, going up the stairs, or beside the stairs. Not a fan of stairs. Prefers ramps. Taken up by the stairs, and it's a 3-on-3.
3v3. Lots of time on the clock. Well, enough time on the clock, I should say, as they are all in position to split onto the side. Cajun B finds a quick one, but the trade is back in from Bolts. He's got more as well, as Golden will be incinerated. Down to Vice on the rotation. And at least for Vice, he's not up against an AWP yet. I don't know if there's one on the ground for Henny perhaps to collect. Towards long, I don't think so. So Vice has an HE as well. Henny's the weak player though, and he's playing towards long. So no cheeky HE kill really available to Vice at this point, as he creeps as far forward as he possibly can. It's very difficult. There it's ahead, and it will be Vice who is dead. 8-7 for Cloud9, or 7-8, I should say, as Luminosity get a last round at the end of the first half.
It's close, so nothing is guaranteed apart from another half after this break. Stay tuned. Welcome back.
Hi.
Welcome back to the palace of. No, that's not a good start, is it? Welcome back to Dust 2, second half. Luminosity are just the one round behind Cloud9. Dust 2 is a map which often invites variance. And I don't think it's guaranteed for Cloud9, mate.
Tears.
That said, you know, Henny had a few, like 2 or 3 rounds, which I think they won, based specifically off of how ridiculous he was with the AWP. But Automatic started to warm up towards the end of the last half, and so that's a really positive sign, because he has to be delivering. Then we see the Xbox smoke, really easy to throw, in my opinion, in this iteration of Dust 2. No excuse not to know it.
I've actually seen this a lot today on Dust 2. on the European stream, the Xbox Smoking Pistol.
Yeah, it's really. I think it's a really good one, especially. I mean, often the pistol strat for the CTs is to play 2 on catwalk actually, but we don't see that here from Luminosity. They're playing 2. They're playing a normal setup actually, and they are going to get tagged up, or Lucas will. And they're in the open here. There's no way for them to fall back if the T's push them, and so the lineup is ridiculous. Henny now on the bomb site versus Golden. Well, I say Henny, it's everyone now. That lineup was sublime for Luminosity.
Looks like a lawnmower right there. Just ran over a family of rabbits.
That is... What is wrong with you?
It's been a long day. I've heard stories.
Little rabbits.
I've heard stories. Always look where you're mowing along.
When I flew here from Madrid, I watched a film called The Favourites, which is about Queen Anne, I think. And she had 17 rabbits, a rabbit for each child that she lost, either at birth or soon afterwards.
That's a lot of children.
17 is a lot, yeah. That's rough, man.
Myxomatosis.
But those are the days without, you know, like antiseptic and stuff like that. So you're just getting wrecked by everything.
Mm. How long ago? Do you know what year?
I don't. I think it was the 1700s, I want to say.
So still pretty much before the medical, I guess, revolution. And
before Viagra.
Before all that good stuff. Kept people going for years after 6 years old.
The flames go away. Oxygen not enough to save them, to keep them going. The oil runs out. They're left to heat up the dust. Cloud9 making plenty of footsteps. Maybe trying to invite a HE grenade before they move up the stairs, but no one's in position. Only Nickers has a HE.
Ooh, those are some nice gloves.
On Vice?
Yeah.
I'll have to look at them when he's alive, because he's dead right now. He's been eliminated, and here comes the gauntlet. Luminosity essentially playing retake with 3 SMGs and 2 rifles.
Oh.
And that's not a good start as a ding, but no dong for Lucas, and there is a plant, but there's no other Cloud9 players. Lucas have 4 kills somehow in that round.
Yeah, I was going to say that giving up the site so easily is kind of a problem, because once the bomb's down, because of how open everything is, they can leave the bomb site together. And if they go catwalk, can get awkward, can pick up a couple guns. If they go long, can get awkward as well. So I don't know, it's...
long would be a tall order.
I mean, if they had like Deagle, like
you do
a
have
little bit more
save
firepower.
If you do the retake.
Yeah. But I'm just saying, like, if they had a little bit more firepower, a couple of Deagles or something, Lucas is probably not getting 4. Probably not.
It was a little sloppy on the retake because you saw the insta dink, but still managed to get the kills. But yeah, if you do a retake A, you have to have set flashes, smokes, and Molotovs to really isolate the people that do fall back in catwalk or that do take long. You know, a couple smokes will eliminate a lot of and make the situation very awkward for the Ts.
Das ist true. Alright, so Cloud9 on catwalk now, and they've got themselves control of the stairs. Luminosity actually woefully out of position, and they're very outgunned. MP9 is not going to have much mileage on Dust 2. It's not many places I'll say that, but Dust 2 I could on CT side I could perhaps say that. Golden perhaps force forwards. Doesn't know what he's going to find on this bomb site, but there's no one here. It's been abandoned.
Flash for a teammate. A flash for a friend. There can be off angles beyond that car position, which will catch people off guard, which I presume that's what the flashbang is for. So far, so good. So far, not so good. Nekiz doesn't wait for a second player. There is no second player, though, so he's got a lot of information. Meanwhile, the bomb goes towards the A site, and it's planted for short, which is what Cloud9 have control of. Cajun B in the middle of mid. Automatic looks to peek down long. Nothing doing just yet. Lucas falls. 4 versus 3. That smoke could be a problem. Cajun B makes it so. Still alive. 11 HP. Holds down the position and stuck down the middle of long are Luminosity, still pursuing this scout. They're all really tagged Cloud9. Luminosity need to land something, but they have the low ground, but they still have some headshots. There's a kit only on bolts. He must survive. Automatic with the burst fire. And he can't get to the bomb in time, or can he? Oh, no, I don't think he's got it. It's going to be a close one. Had to pick up the fuse kit from Bolt.
Oh my goodness, how much time was left?
I thought he was gone. I thought he was a goner.
0.00.
I thought he was smoked. I thought he was going to get launched into the sun. He was going to sink into the earth, one or the other. A natural disaster was going to happen if the bomb didn't go off. I mean, if it didn't get defused. But no, everything was saved. Captain Planet to the rescue.
So close.
Earth, wind, fire, and a defuse kit.
But then I can see your point there, because when Luminosity playing retake, it took them a long time to retake the bomb site, especially on a half buy from Cloud9. Or not really a half buy, but they had a scout here and there.
Yeah, it was weird. It was a really weird situation. It's a really weird rounds. But Luminosity, we happy they picked it up. Okay, Bolt's caught out of position. That's pretty bold, and that's it. That's probably the round.
Save. They have to.
They're too far away. They have to assume that Cloud9 have more utility than we can see that they do, because it's actually not that much. But it's the start of the round, so typically at the start of the round, you've got loads.
Double OP. Out of position.
All right, Mr. Poker person.
You
UTG.
play a lot of poker.
Under the gun.
I used to. I don't have time now.
I used to play.
I'm out of practice, but I will occasionally venture to Vegas to play at the Win.
It's too stressful for me. I'm more of a table player, or what's that term called? Not LAN.
Internet?
No,
Online?
not internet. No, at the
Live poker.
live. I guess live poker.
Yeah. I don't play online. I don't have the patience. I have too many distractions at home.
That's so weird, because I feel like more patience is required and
feel
live.
what?
More patience is required with live. Because
Well,
online you can play a lot more at once. So
online is
no
really
waiting.
interesting, because there's so many hands being played that, like, you got to play with the statistics, like ace, ace, king. You know, like the top.
You got to play
5 hands.
numbers, yeah.
You have to play a numbers game online. Well, on live games, it's more playing the player, reading reads. You only playing, like 50 hands an hour at most, if they're quick.
At home, I just have too many. When you have infinite hobbies, essentially, there's always something to look at around the room, and you just don't pay attention. So,
So they play
which is
numbers
okay
game.
if I'm playing like a $5 multi-table tournament, but if I'm playing anything more significant, then it's just not worth it. Home for me is a recreational poker, but enough about that. Luminosity defending a 1-round lead, and we have them. Oh, they're just absorbing the bullets and surviving. Bolts with 2D, but only 1 kill, and that's a wrap, really. Steel and Lucas are miles away. Rush knows that those flames can spread to default. Many people have died from those flames before. They've been betrayed. And with only 10 HP, you'll go for double stack instead. But any plant is fine, because Luminosity do not have the personnel or the position.
it's kind of interesting how this has worked out, because Cloud9 effectively just said, okay, let's rush B twice. Just rush B. And that's not something that often works super well, because as you can see, sometimes you have to put the smoke down so that you can get the nades deep, like we saw towards the end of plateau. But if you put a smoke down, lurk smoke, TC is probably going to be shooting through it.
Yeah.
So, which was happening, and maybe like half a second away from taking 2 people out, at least. So they're playing with really fine margins to do it, but the fact is that Cloud9 won 2 rounds with that B rush. I doubt we're going to see the B rush again for quite some time. I think they're going to try to use the momentum that they have now, the money that they've accrued, to really put the pressure on in other ways. Now that they've taken the big toys out of the hands of Luminosity, namely the orb from Henny. So 4 HEs. Will they go to long, or will they go elsewhere? They go to long. Oh. It's a shame. It's a shame,
Oh,
isn't
they
it?
tried. At least they tried.
In their minds, they may be thinking, oh, maybe we got a couple
We did
guys.
so much damage right there.
Got a couple dudes.
Probably not.
They should all just stack in the corner, like two stacks in the corner.
2 stacks.
It would be marvelous. Okay, if they had done that, it would have been a problem right now.
I got to learn that Molotov from Rush.
Yeah.
It's a good
Plenty
one.
of, you know what? I'm going to make a note of that.
There you go.
I have a lot of notes from today about things to review, a few videos to make. Perhaps I'll make some of those later today, after this, following the conclusion of this glorious broadcast.
How long,
Glorious, I say.
how long have we been live for today?
More than
Since
5
8 a.m.
minutes, Dan.
It's gotta be like
Since 8 a.m. 8 a.m.
13 hours? What time is it now?
9 p.m.
Oh, it's 13 hours. Let's go.
Let's go.
Easy 13 hours.
We're gamers.
It's half the time I spent traveling yesterday. It's fine.
Cool. But you're commentating instead. Some CS:GO.
You're traveling for 26 hours?
It was more than 23. It was like 23, 24. Yeah.
Sucks to be you.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It's because I had a layer, like a 4 or 5 hour layover in New York.
That's a long layover.
Yeah, I took a shower there. That was nice.
Where?
In New York,
Where?
in the lounge.
In the shower, obviously.
In the yeah.
I've never been to any lounge in no airport, so I don't know what you're talking about. I don't have that privilege.
Oh.
It can be quite nice. Refreshing. This is not refreshing for Cloud9. They've lost a player early. They have some position, but I wouldn't say they've taken long. But Vice could be the difference maker. He's being looked for, going for a burst, not quite hitting the mark. Flashbang to peak, and still be eliminated elsewhere. But look at the frags raining in. It is a war of attrition. Variance is the order of the day. Ding dong. And that will be Luminosity surviving with 3 players. Maybe the fan predictions were right.
So really turning the pace up here, just going for that fast play into the long position. If your flashes aren't perfect, it can be quite scary, and credit to Luminosity, really holding on well. Both, I've got to say, both Nekkers and Lucas have been performing pretty damn well in this series. Nekkers, for me, on the T sides, is his entry fragging, especially towards Inferno, has looked very, very good. And on long, actually, he has some great ones earlier in this match, but Cloud9 looking to take long again, and interestingly, it's a cat play from Luminosity, so it's free. It is for free. So smoke on the corner. Now this is interesting because that allows a safe drop into the pit position. You can play underneath the smoke here, as you can see, automatic. Now the other cool thing about that smoke is that when the CTs see that smoke, they don't know how much is behind it. But it's kind of, it affirms though that something is up there. So that's kind of worrying. And they may have to commit to a play, Luminosity, in like towards top mid at this point to get some information, because they need to know if this is a full rotation or not. So they do have Lucas, who's about to peek towards long. He just got flashed towards the long peak. And Golden's job is to hold off the cat players. That's a pretty tough job to have right now, but let's see if he can do it. Are they falling back on catwalk? Interesting. There's 3 of them on the same, in this sort of same area. Bolt's playing that spot we saw Vice in earlier.
Here we go again. So hard to deal with the Orgs, and they will be cut down. Sharpest of knives in the B-bomb site. Luminosity 12, Cloud9 11.
So the problem I have with that round is that Cloud9 left too much to question. For example, they took long and they got it for free. That means you know that everyone's on catwalk. You know that. So you have to pressure catwalk and push those players back. Otherwise, the push in to be there is very expected because the CTs have all the information. Yeah. Luminosity were given way too much time there. If you respect Luminosity as a team, you got to take catwalk away.
Oh, just a little too late on that. But he'll get the kill eventually as Steel gets a little too aggressive. I don't think he expected an off on automatic. That's how many rounds in a row has he had an AWP and died? So caught off guard, Steel gets picked. And now Rush is just kind of lurking out middle, just kind of waiting around.
Sees how many players. What can they do with that information? Try to rotate. Rush avoiding the flashbang. This is getting expensive for Luminosity. He knows who remains. That's a tight angle from Bolts. Really great spray. Almost I think every bullet hit it Rush in the head, like 2 or 3 through the corner of the wall, some of them. Henny hoping for something. There's one frag. A jumping attempt to run distraction while Cajun B shoots through the corner of the box. They know Bolts was towards B. And now what can he do? Bomb being planted for everywhere by Vice, and Bolts is running to who knows where. Minimum loss bonus. This is a rough time to have no money, but both these teams pretty much have no money. This is a tight round. Careful around the football. Even if you walk, it'll still be like you're running into it.
Yeah, whatever happened to that orange ball? I got you guys. Where is that?
It might be in storage.
I think James absorbed it.
I tried to absorb it. Didn't quite work. I haven't quite got my absorbing technique down yet, but I'm still working on it.
There you go. Look at Cajun B. He's top fragging for C9, but I don't even remember seeing a Cajun B get a kill.
That's why he doesn't have that name value, man. He's just quietly taking things away from you. You don't realize.
I remember Guardian Flick.
12 to 12. Luminosity's money is swirling around the sink at the moment. Maybe they can block it and try to build once again. The AK is coming out for Cloud9. Great opportunity for them to have a little stabilization towards the end of this best of 3 series. Round 25. Automatic has a look-see, but he's missed the players crossing already. But the main action here is expected to be from Bolt. He's got the M4A4. Flashes deployed towards long. Cloud9 slowly creeping forwards. They should hear the sound cues and hear 1 or 2 players around the right wall. Now what do they want to do with this? The bomb is in tow. There are 3 players here for Cloud9. But close quarters on Eco could mean variance.
Should be okay here, just Lucas. Kenny will be coming in, but he's certainly got a USP. Lucas has done some good damage, so he's a great pistol player, as we've established previously in this best of 3. However, the bomb site's been taken and everybody else but Henny's dead. He's got an AK, so you can just try to go for it. You just need 1 bullet. That's what you need. Good flash, and needed that first bullet to connect. The bomb was making its way to B anyway, though. Cloud9 with 13. If we look at the money situation, Luminosity are actually in a very tough spot because they don't really have a loss bonus. It's minimal. It's 1 round of loss bonus, or 2 rounds of loss bonus, and they're going for a 4-buy here. Which means if they lose this round, they need a full save, which means that Cloud9 will be on 15 before Luminosity can have another buy. So this round is pretty impactful for Cloud9 to win, if they want to just close this game down and avoid any additional problems. I like to avoid problems. Vice does not.
HE through the doors from Neckers will yield no results. Cloud9 moving up that short position. The normal stuff, just taking of information based on Steele's position. He may hear some movement towards short, but it would be no surprise. Also, Neckers and CT Spawn will likely hear more. Will they have the lurk smoke with which to throw grenades behind? They're still not seeing enough HEs into this kind of smoke. Right now, Luminosity's economy isn't in an ideal situation where they would have multiple grenades. Do they have support flashes, though, to peek these players moving towards the site? Molly hasn't quite done the job, has forced Lucas forward, but he sees the shadows. 1, 2, doesn't see the third one. Either way, going to get a frag, but look at that round from Luminosity. Only Lucas takes damage if you don't include the 1 HP that Bolt took. That is a clean wipe of Cloud9. We are getting into the clutch moments now.
Just imagine if the Molotov was just a little better by Goose, because Lucas wasn't really forced out, and the object of the Molotov was to force the person out Goose. And so just a couple pixels off, and you hate to see something like that. You watch back in the demo, like, oh my goodness, just, you know, it's just a little bit off. It could have been a whole different round. Getting that early kill on Lucas at Goose.
Look at the buy now for Cloud9. It kind of sucks. 2 deagles, but the AWP's out on automatic, which might be enough if he's to have a good round here. Wow, that's done so much damage. Okay. Oh, this is interesting. Oh god, he's just been fed through, hasn't he? Oh, I can't watch. That was
falling apart. It's falling apart.
Was so awful to watch.
You hate to see it.
Get wrecked by the nade. You feed your teammate into the end of a smoke. Gets pummeled in the face. No one has any HP. But Rush does pick up an entry frag. Didn't lose any HP for that, so there's that. At least they pressure in for a B split. And Steel will push the long position, and everyone comes out of the tunnels here into the site, but the spacing's not perfect. The spacing's actually kind of awful. Now they have to abandon the push. But the rotation's already in from Steel, and there's nowhere to go.
They're trapped like animals.
Line him up.
This is a very tragic round, I have to say.
Luminosity are 2 rounds away from a W, a big one.
Huge.
Cloud9 may have to eco and play for overtime because look at the cash. They've barely got over $2,000.
Call timeout. Use your timeout. Slow it down. Slow the momentum. The Luminosity is a momentum team. Emotional. Ice the kicker.
That was so tragic. I can't get over it.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
They
It
lost.
hurts.
They lost like so much at the beginning of that last round.
But yeah, something that we learned a couple weeks ago. 141 is the timing for nade on top of tree in middle. 141 is the average time that T's kind of swing towards tree.
Oh yeah, who was it doing that again?
Optic. Actually, all the teams are doing that. At least in the European, all the teams are doing at 141.
Nice, the bomb's got down, so there's that.
Oh my goodness! What the heck?
Nekis just devours them.
Uh-oh.
It's hungry, fresh meats. Like the butcher from Diablo. I remember when I first played that game, I was like,
Stay up all night to download it.
how old was I? I was like
Tell us how old you are, Dan. Never mind a match point for Luminosity.
10 or 11, I think. Scary, man.
Dan was
Scary
10 or
game.
11 when he played Diablo. If you want to
true.
know more, DDK Esports on Twitter. Cloud9 on the full buy. They've got the AWP, but Automatics had to go naked. Luminosity, 1 round from 2. It's been a good CT side for them. Again, Dust 2 just bringing that variance.
Variance.
Molotov's on shorts. Henny is in an aggressive position over there. We have Nekis in spawn, waiting for potential mid to B. A is the focus for Luminosity at the moment. Nekis on the box. Here is the creep. Is there a flashbang? Would it be helpful? There is the flash, and it doesn't get the second player. Often the second player will get taken out there. There is a flash from a teammate, Lucas. Beautiful stuff. Henny not chopping off just yet. Man advantage, Luminosity.
Great pop flash by Lucas. I love it. Re-engaging that. Not expecting the Opera to re-peek after that flash.
Automatic tries to speed things up, but there's already someone boosted on this box. I don't think he's ever going to suspect that. And the scoping just gives Nekis an easy cue to go for the peak. Easy cue, easy frag, and now Cloud9 commit everything they have into that mid position. As Nekis goes in for a deep HE. That's going to be huge damage from that nade.
Oh my god.
Huge damage.
Luminosity, the people's favorite, running towards potential victory. 3-on-3 though, as Bolts... Sorry, Cloud9 are running, but Bolts can't stop them. So maybe they're running towards overtime. Again, they need 2 rounds. There is utility for Steel for the retake, but he's in the wrong position. He's got a molly. He could put it under default. He could force players out. He could force Cajun B from his position, but he can't because he's in the wrong spot. A pre-fire from Lucas. Very cheeky indeed. Sees nothing. Steel, that's just the 1 bullet fired.
Whoa.
And that's Vice taken out. There goes Cajun B. It's down to Rush now. 1 versus 3 to try and stay alive, and it won't happen. Luminosity taking the series over Cloud9. 16-13 on Dust 2. A rise from the ashes for the Brazilian squad.
What a shot from Steel. 1 bullet. Oh my god.
It's such a hard spot too, and a good retake by Luminosity. They showed a lot more teamwork on this map than they did Inferno, which I don't understand. But maybe one day they can explain to us why the Inferno is so much worse than all the other maps that they play.
Wow. All right, well, Luminosity's done it.
Series.
It was a very long series, and credit to Luminosity for getting it and seeing it through. Obviously, Inferno was very traumatizing, and Train is a map that I think if Cloud9, on any other day, I think Cloud9 will give them a little bit more trouble. I think that's one of the stronger maps of Cloud9, but ultimately Luminosity were better today, and on Dust 2, I think we saw some good moments from everyone. I think Lucas and Nekis, for me, had a lot of great rifling moments. Henny was kind of... Henny won some very critically important, as we can see of how close this was, AWP rounds on the first half. So that's something as well to focus on. He really did his job in that sense. And you can see here's the scores.
Impact frag from Steel.
Lucas
10 overall. Heavy work from Luminosity. So, I mean, that's great stuff. It's great to see Luminosity win, especially a long series. But it also sucks to see Cloud9 lose again. Like the overall long-term fall from grace is disappointing. I think after disappointing Blast, this will be even more disappointing in the short term for their fans. They'll be playing Team Liquid, who 2-0'd Space Station earlier on today. So that's quite the jump-in test for them.
Whoa,
the best team in North America now.
Why is Singularity up there? I was like looking at it, like something seems wrong. Something seems wrong.
Yeah, we're just looking at it for so long, but we're just wait a minute.
Hell.
Wow.
Wait a minute.
That's okay. That's a false.
MIBR, everybody.
It's MIBR indeed.
There we go. Kind of
With the
halfway
logo.
there.
Oh, there we go.
Logos, finally. Marvelous stuff. So it will be MIBR versus. Good thing I started on the bottom, isn't it?
Yeah.
MIBR versus E United later this week. Luminosity versus Team Liquid. Those are the North American matches which will be coming your way. So plenty more Brazilian action to come in the coming days. Those matches are going to be really awesome. Congrats to Luminosity. Inferno, though, is still a problem. Their map will be an issue versus Team Liquid, but we'll have to see how that plays out later in this week. Thanks all for tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe on the socials. Tickets still available, ecs.faceit.com. If you can make it to London for those finals, who knows what teams will be there. We will get a better clue as this week progresses. That's all from Dan. That's all from Eric. That's all from me. Great use of the fingers and the thumbs here. We will see you tomorrow for more Counter-Strike. Oh, wait, do we have our HyperX play of the day? No? Okay, never mind. We'll see you tomorrow for more Counter-Strike. Adios.